We'll turn the time over to Judith Davis, representing a group of citizens in the town to remain incorporated. And the opposition, or the people that were opposed to this or want disincorporation, failed to send anybody in to represent them tonight, so they're not on the agenda. That if there's anybody here that would like to speak on that topic during public comment, you'll be given that opportunity. So I'm going to turn the time over to Dean Cox, and we'll let him start all over again from last week.
Thank you, Mayor, and I'd like to express the county's appreciation of for the good working relationship that we have with Apple Valley and with the mayor. And I've worked as the Emergency Services Director for Washington County for about 20 years and had a chance to interface with Chief Ford and several of the firefighters and have fond memories of many of you. In fact, I've even been the judge for the chili cook-off a couple.
Her presentation, she's got 15 minutes, and at the end of that, then we'll open it up for public comment, and we'll go to that point.
Yeah, I'm on it, but it's, oh, is it on now? It's on. Thank you, everyone. I'm going to focus on two surveys that the town had sent out in 2004, right after we were incorporated, and in 2007. The survey was exactly the same, both times. Same 10 questions. The concerns were, why did you move here? People liked the open space. They liked the rural. They liked farmers. They liked the sky, stars. They liked the freedom that they had when they moved here. That concern was exactly the same in 2004 and 2007. I'm going to go down all through them. Some of the concerns people had on the survey was fast cars, dogs running loose, junk cars, trashy lots, high weeds, fire danger, dusty roads, rain damage. And they wanted someone to police that and make sure that people held some sort of a reasonable standard. And the town responded to that. The town responded to the land concerns by having a planning commission, so that local control could keep the atmosphere that people moved here for. And that there was someone to take care of some of the concerns about dogs running around and fire danger with weeds in properties. On the flip side of wanting the open spaces, people also wanted, on the survey, all sorts of businesses, grocery stores and commercial, all sorts of stores, everything. Everything you can imagine was listed on the survey, and I have a copy of it. However, to maintain what you moved here for, people wanted those services away from the residential, down the south end of town, somewhere near the highway, not in any residential area. So again, the town responded with a planning commission. Local services that people wanted included a park. That was way high on the list. I think there were 60 some odd surveys that went out, and that was 60 of the 64 surveys that went out. That was listed. We have a park now. The town has responded to that. And equipment is going to be coming in the next week, and you see how much has been done in one weekend. And I know there's going to be a grant that will match all the efforts that the town has put in. So it will improve the park even more than what you're going to see in the next couple of weeks. I lost my place. Okay. People were also concerned about school transport and no postal services here, but they're closing post offices anyway. They were concerned about electric, garbage, ambulance, and they were also concerned about water, but water was not one of the main concerns. The biggest concern was telephone, and we all know that problem. There's also the concerns about fire and water, which has been a very hot topic in town. And in all the research that I did, I have an entire copy of the ISO report, and I think the fire and water are extremely important to our community. And again, the town has responded to that. The people in the town have responded to that in creating the Special Services District for the water. We have one water system in a totally non-approved status, and that's reflected in the ISO report. A hot topic has been the ISO rating, which went from a 6 to a 9, and I'm going to tell you from the report that 9 rating means Class 9 is a fire suppression system that includes a credible dispatch center, fire department, but no credible water supply. There were 5 fire hydrants that were tested on the system. The state standard is 2,500 gallons per minute. 3 of the fire hydrants put out 50 gallons per minute. To give you a little comparison, you have a 4,000 gallon swimming pool. It's 1 minute versus 8 minutes to fill that. That was 3 of the 5 hydrants that were tested. The other 2 were not a whole lot better. The highest one rated at 1,500 gallons per minute. We have an all-volunteer fire department. I have every single report of all the fires that they have responded to because I asked for them. Our men are out there. 6 of the men on the fire department were out at several of the fires. We had 11 fires that I have reports for. There's usually 3, 4, 5, and 6 men that are out there. The ISO report reflected that we don't have ladder capacity. Do we need it right now? I don't know. There's some training issues that were shown on the ISO report. We have 3 men who are willing to be trained for 240 hours at the cost of $600 to $800 per training to be structure certified. We have a volunteer department. These men are going above and beyond. They have no water to fight fires with. We have problems. If we disincorporate as a town, we lose our park, we lose any local control that we have. The county population is 1,000, yeah, whatever. I'm losing it at this point. You see the comparison. We have about 370 voting people in a town of 700 people versus 138,000 in the county. We're going to lose our local control of anything. We have a volunteer council, city council. There's been all sorts of charges made to them. I have their background checks. It's all public information. You can ask for it. There's notebooks on the side that have paperwork that you can request information. I requested it. I have a huge notebook full of everything, or I wasn't comfortable speaking to you. There's no precedence in the state of Utah with a special services water district committed to a town and having that town dissolved. It never happened before. It isn't an automatic what's going to happen to the service district. A judge decides. There's no precedence. We don't know what the judge is going to decide, whether we're going to have a water district or not. That leaves a non-approved water system here who's been non-compliant with the state for the last year in making 0 improvements. Is there anything else I need to say? I can go on and on and on. I have a huge amount of information. We will lose a lot if we lose our town.
So then if we are disincorporated, What happens to our fire hydrants? Will they get any water pressure?
The question is, if we're disincorporated, what happens to our fire hydrants? If we don't have a water system to put water in the hydrants, they're just going to sit there. If we don't have a water district, we have two entities that are well, one is functioning better than the other is non-functioning. I don't know what's going to happen to it. You know, as the county commissioner just said, this building is going to go to the school district. If we have to pay back as a town any of the grant or loans that have been given to the special services district, a judge could levy taxes for us to pay for something we don't have. I don't know. There's no precedence. I'm concerned. Are there any other questions? I don't know what my time is.
Yours is just about up.
Okay.
If you're ready, then I'll just go ahead and
Yeah.
say the rule.
Thank you.
At this point, we'd like to invite anybody that has a comment or a question to come up to the mic so that everybody can hear your comment or question. If you want to direct it to a specific individual, one of the town council members, Dean Cox, the county administrator. We have representatives from the Special Service District here this evening. So just feel free to come on up front if you have a comment or a statement. And if there's anybody in the audience that would like to say something about being for the town being disincorporated, you're more than welcome to come up and say so during this time. So come on up.
My name is Marcia Miner, 1484 North Runway. I'm also the chair for the Parks and Rec Department, and co-chair along with Marie McGowan. I have a concern that I would like to address to the county. This volunteer park, and it is a volunteer park, that we are in the process of establishing. If we disincorporate, what happens to our park?
That's an excellent question, and for precedence, I'll tell you what we've done in Vail. In Vail, they have a nice little cemetery, some rodeo grounds, a little area similar to that, and they deeded that property to the county, but the county does not maintain it. The county doesn't pay the water bill, the county doesn't water it, but the interested residents of Vail that enjoy having a nice green cemetery, and rodeo grounds, and a place where the kids can come and do things. I don't know how they organize it or how it's done, but it's done, I would assume, as on a volunteer basis by area residents.
I have one more comment to make, and then I'll sit down. I have to say thank you to all of those people who showed up to help us put in the sod, to help us put in the fences. I want you to know, I don't care about the adults in this community. I really don't. You can believe however you want to believe, and you can do whatever you want to do, and you can put little signs up in your yard. I could care less. I am doing this part for one reason and one reason only, and that is our children. How many of you have children in this room? How many have grandchildren in this room? Oh, come on, guys back there. I know you've got kids. Okay? This park is not for the community, for the town. This park is for the children, plain and simply. If we lose this park, we lose our children. Our children right now are more involved in drugs and alcohol than any other community. We have 12-year-olds out there doing drugs, 10-year-olds doing marijuana. They have nothing to do in this community, nothing. They need to have somewhere to go and something to do. I am begging and pleading with you, please consider the children, what disincorporation will do to those children. We are just barely beginning a program. Barely. We're not even old.